Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. The objective today is to talk to you about completing your Fulbright foreign student applications. As you may well know, the deadline is April 17th, 2017, which means that your completed application must be in and submitted at that point. Now, please don't leave your applications till the last minute, because what happens is everyone leaves it for the night before, and April 17th being a public holiday, you're going to jam up the system, which means your application may not make it through, which means we won't get your application. And I know you're a bright candidate, and unfortunately, you won't get to go to the US next year in August 2018. So today I want to talk to you about completing your application, and then we're going to go through the application, different steps of the applications, just to make sure that you are on the right page and that you have all the components of the application. But what is the Fulbright Foreign Student Program? Do you know what you're applying for, or have you just seen that application form and filled it out? The Fulbright Foreign Student Program is part of the Fulbright flagship programs. And what that means is it's an opportunity that was started way back in 1946 by the US government, Senator J. William Fulbright. And this is an idea of his that he put into action after the Second World War. He believed that people needed to learn about each other's countries and exchanges so that they had a better understanding, and hopefully there'd be more love and peace in the world. So in 1946, Senator J. William shared and did the first transfer. We don't know what the country is, but this program has been running for 71 years. And in its time, it's produced 53 Nobel Peace Prize winners. That means students like you started out as a master's or PhD applicant and now ended up being a Nobel Peace Prize winner. It came to South Africa, the Fulbright Foreign Flagship Program, rather, came to South Africa in 1953. And since then, South Africa has sent over 2,000 candidates and students, scholars, on various programs to the US for different durations, some to do masters, some to do PhDs, and some on short-term leadership developments. And these people came from all walks of life. They were students, they worked in government, they worked in business, they were in the arts, and so on. So this is a very prestigious scholarship opportunity sponsored by the US government. And each year, the Fulbright Foreign Student Program, which is geared towards students wanting to do a master's and PhD in the US, and possibly students who are registered for a PhD at a South African university and now wants to go over and do a year's research work based on the field of interest that they're registered for at the South African university. And that is a fully funded opportunity. The US government invests approximately $40,000 per student per year to go and take up this wonderful opportunity. So given the limited number, it is a very competitive application. And you have to be an exceptional student. You have to stand out in all fields of the selection criteria, which, by the way, is online at our website at za.usembassy.gov. If you go, click on Education and Cultural Exchanges and click on section number 7 or page number 7, the Fulbright Flagship Programs, you'll find all the information you need to know about the Fulbright Foreign Program, as well as how to apply and where to apply. But just in case you're stuck and you haven't submitted your application just yet and you need some help with the application, we'll be going through some of the basic components of the application. Now, one of the downfalls of all young people, and especially South Africans, is that they don't like to read instructions. They like it to be told to them, like I'm telling it to you now. Nothing wrong with that. But we strongly urge you to go onto our website, onto the Fulbright Flagship Program link, and read the handout called Specific Instructions for South African Students. That is crucial. If you have not read that and you continue to fill out your application, we will know that you have not read it, because you will either phone into our office, drop us an email, or submit an application that is incomplete or incorrect. So once again, we urge you to go and read the handout, Specific Instructions for South African Students. If you read that and you have any questions, you may email us and say, I've read the instruction, but I'm still not sure about ABC. Hurry up, because you only have 1 week left. So moving on, we're going to go to what the Embark website looks like. And that is the site where you fill out. It's an international application site for the Fulbright program run throughout the world. And right now it's run in 160 countries. And we use one application site. That is why we have the handout, Specific Instructions for South African Students, because some components on that website are not applicable to you as a South African. So let's go to the Embark website. Okay. This is the Foreign Student Program 2018-2019. Although the application deadline is in February 17th, it's for students to begin studying at a US institution in August 2018. Because as you all well know, that the US academic year runs very differently to the South African academic year. The US academic year runs from August to May, and the South African academic year runs from January to December. So because we're applying to an American college, we have to fit in, we have to consider our graduation dates when we apply for this program. Students who graduate in December 2017 are eligible to apply for a master's or PhD this year. Students who graduate in May 2018 will be eligible to apply for the Fulbright program in 2018. Okay, so today the idea is to... So before I start, I'd like to introduce my colleagues in the background. I'm working with my colleague Margot Moore, who is a Fulbright program coordinator, and my colleague Chris Murray, who is our IT guru. So today the idea is to give you an overview of the online application, and then to talk about some of the very important components which a lot of students skim over when applying, but which is very important to the selection and the interview process. And then any questions we'll take at the end of the program. So this is what the online application looks like. The link, if you cannot see it, if you're listening to this, is... Oh. Okay, this is the link. apply.embark.com/student/Fulbright/international/20/. That is the application site. What you have to do is when you log on to the site, they ask you to come up with a username and a password, just like you do with everything else that you register for the rest of your life, which you will keep safe, because you will not fill out the application in one go. There's an average of about 14 pages that need text, and then the documents that you need to upload. So it's something you don't have to do in one go, but if you're only starting your application today or tomorrow, then I guess you would have to sit down and fill it out in one go. So make sure you keep those details safe. So you've logged in. Now you're at the page where it's called the home page. And it says, Welcome Education USA to the online foreign Fulbright application. To complete the application, follow the steps outlined below. Review the instructions, as there may be specific information that the Fulbright program in your country is requesting. Like I said earlier, go back to our website, za.usembassy.gov, because that is the handout that they're talking about. If the country is not listed, the Fulbright program is not being offered at this time. Lucky for us, if we go down to number 1, instructions, it says click here for a list of Fulbright program offices and websites. When you click on that link, it'll take you to the country, a link that lists all the countries, and of course you'll find South Africa there. It'll take you right back to za.usembassy.gov. Okay, so before we begin with the application form, I just want to run through this box on the left-hand side. This is very explicit. So it's got the instructions, which you will read. I know when you go onto the South African website, or if you follow that link over here, you will be able to get all the instructions you need. There's the application form, which is pretty straightforward and needs to be filled out. And then the number 3, there's documents and essays that you need to upload. And these are very, very important documents and essays. Pay serious attention to them, because incomplete applications and incorrect applications will not be considered. Number 4 says supplemental forms. Again, in the instructions, specific instruction handout found on our website, it'll tell you exactly what supplemental forms you do and do not have to upload as a South African. When I get the applications and the applications are reviewed, we will very easily be able to determine who did not read the instructions, because they will have some of the documents there that we do not require. Number 5 is recommendations. That is a very, very important site. Every student who applies, whether you apply for the scholarship, you apply for a job, you will need referees. And in this case, for the Fulbright application, you need to submit 3 recommendation letters from 3 different referees. The important point here at number 5 is, because it's an online system, your references need to be submitted